Hare Krishna. Welcome all of you to today's class. Jagannath Baldev Subhadramai ki jai. Nitai Chaitanya ki jai. Parshuram Bhagavan ki jai. Vaman Dev ki jai. Panchatattva ki jai. Giri Govardhan ki jai. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prashtaya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhaktavrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So, today's verse is from 10th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, and the name of this chapter is known as the opulences of the Absolute. So, we are speaking about the Absolute Truth. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Sri Krishna, and he is explaining about his position in these 4 key verses of Bhagavad Gita, also called as Chatushloki Bhagavad Gita. Chatushloki means 4 slokas which can summarize the Bhagavad Gita. 10.8, 9, 10 and 11. So 10th chapter, verses number 8 to 11 are called as the Chatushloki Bhagavad Gita. Let us see the first verse. Today, Aham sarvasya prabhavo matta sarvam pravartate iti matva bhajante mam buddha bhava samanvitaha. I am the source of all spiritual and material worlds. Everything emanates from me. The wise who perfectly know this engage in my devotional service and worship me with all their hearts. So you see, in this verse, Lord Sri Krishna is speaking about himself. That is, God is talking about himself. So to understand who is God, we have to hear from God himself. So the point that Krishna is saying here is Aham sarvasya prabhavo. Prabhu means controller or the master or the source. And when we say sarvasya, sarva is a very common word. It is a Sanskrit word and it is used in almost all the Indian languages. Sarvasya means everything. And when you say everything, it's just everything. I am the source of everything and everyone, including all the spiritual and the material worlds, is what Lord Sri Krishna is saying here. And what is he saying? Mattaha sarvam pravartate. Again, sarvam has been used here. Sarvam means everything. Everything that you can imagine and everything that you cannot imagine also has come from whom? Mattaha, from me. That is Krishna is saying. So it is coming from Krishna. Matta sarvam pravartate. Then those people who realize this, who are they called? What are they called? Iti matva bhajante mam. Those who understand this, those who perfectly know this. Who are they? What are they called? Buddha. Buddha means buddhi. It is coming from the word buddhi. Buddhi means intelligence. So it is God's certification that any person who understands about position of Krishna is called intelligent. Buddha. Buddha bhava samanvitaha. Bhava means with their heart. This is devotional service. This is love. Love should come from heart. Right? Just like the residents of the Vrindavan, they love Krishna. Right? They do not know that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, but yet they love him, right? This is called as love. That is bhava, bhava samanvitaha. So let us try to analyze this further. So if you see, in the Atharva Veda, there is an Upanishad called as Gopala Tapani Upanishad. Okay, so here is the book, Gopala Tapani Upanishad. Okay, this is published by and translated by Bhanuswami Maharaj. Originally written by whom? Who writes Upanishads? Nobody writes Upanishads. It is Apaurusheya. Apaurusheya means it is not written by a mundane man. It is given by the Supreme Personality of God himself. That's why it is called Shruti, not written by any common person. And what does this Gopala Tapani Upanishad say? This is one of the important Upanishads. And what does this Upanishad say? It says, Yo Brahmanam Vidadati Purvam Yo Vai Vedamscha Gapayati Sma Krishna. So who is Krishna? It was Krishna who in the beginning instructed Brahma in the Vedic knowledge and who disseminated Vedic knowledge in the past. So who has given the knowledge of the Vedas to Brahma? It is Lord Krishna. So some people have a question, who gave it to Brahma? So here is the answer, right? Krishna gave it to Lord Brahma, right? So that is the same thing in Srimad Bhagavatam, first verse. It says, Tene Hrida Adikavaye Muhyanti Yasurayaha. First verse of Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto, 1.1.1. That means it is Krishna who has given all the Vedic knowledge unto the heart of Brahmaji. And it has been described in Brahma Samhita that from the flute of Lord Sri Krishna, the Gayatri mantra has come. And then it entered into the heart of Brahmaji. And that is how Lord Brahma was initiated into the Vedas. So this is the thing that we have to understand. So all this Vedic knowledge is actually coming from Krishna. And what does the Narayana Upanishad say? Let us see that. Narayana Upanishad again is a Shruti. Okay, this is not Smriti, this is Shruti. That is the Vedas, means a Shruti only. So in that, Narayana Upanishad, what is being said? It says, Narayana Prano Jayate. It says, Om Atha Purusho Hai Ha Vai Narayano Akamayata Praja Shre Jayati Narayanat Prano Jayate Manas Sarvendriyani Cha Tham Vayur Jyoti Rapaha Prithvi Vishwasya Dharani Narayanat Brahma Jayate Narayanat Rudro Jayate Narayanat Indro Jayate Narayanat Prajapati Prajayate Narayanat Dvadasha Aditya Rudra Vasava Sarvadi Chandam Gamsi Narayana Eva Samudyante Narayanat Pravartante Narayane Praliyante Ya Evam Veda Iti Upanishadsu. It is said in the Upanishad. What is the meaning? I'll explain. It says Narayanat Brahma Jayate. That Lord Brahma is born from Narayana. And it says Narayana Rudro Jayate. That means Lord Rudra or Lord Shiva is born from Narayana. And it says all the Indra, Prajapati, Adityas, Rudra, Vasava, Sarvani, everybody is coming from Narayana. So this is Narayana, right? The Supreme Personality of Godhead, Narayana. And in the same Upanishad, it is said, Brahmanyo Devaki Putraha. The son of Devaki, Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So, Lord Krishna is the Adyo Narayana. That is the original Narayana, the source of Narayana. The first Narayana is Lord Sri Krishna. And this is not stated anywhere else. I am speaking from the Narayana Upanishad. Right? It says specifically, Brahmanyo Devaki Putraha. So there is no indirect reference. So because some people, they try to speculate. No, actually, Krishna means this, Narayana means this, like that. You see, Narayana is a proper noun. It is not a common noun. Common noun, we can use it for anybody. But the dictionary, the Panini dictionary of the Sanskrit says that Narayana is a proper noun. Similarly, there is no scope for speculation here because it says Brahmanyo Devaki Putraha. We all know Devaki Putra is Lord Sri Krishna. Correct? So that is the thing. So other thing, in Maha Upanishad, you know what it is said? It is said in the beginning of the creation, there was only Supreme Personality Narayana. Eko vai Narayana Asin. Na Brahma. Na Eshano. Napo Nagni Somau Neme Dvav Aprithivicha Nakshatrani Na Suryaha. Before the creation, actually there was nothing but Narayana. This is what the Maha Upanishad is saying. So it specifically says, Eko vai Narayana Asin. There was only Narayana at the beginning of the creation. Na Brahma. Lord Brahma was not there at the beginning of the creation. Na Ishano. It says there was no Lord Shiva at that time. Na Apo, no water. Na Agni, no fire. Na Soma. That is, the moon was not there. And Nakshatrani, na Nakshatrani, the stars were not there. Na Suryaha, there was no sun. So that means when there was no sun, when there was no moon, when there were no stars, when there was no water, when there was no fire, when even Lord Shiva was not there, Lord Brahma was not there, Eko vai Narayana Asin. That is when the Supreme Personality of Godhead was there. That is why Lord Sri Krishna is saying in this verse, Aham sarvasya prabhavo mattaha sarvam pravartate. That is, he's saying, I am the source of all the spiritual worlds and the material worlds, and everything is emanating from me. So this is called as intelligence. Intelligence means to understand things as they are, without any kind of a speculation. So let us try to understand something. I will just share my screen. You see, how is the entire universe coming into being? Let us try to understand this. So if you see this picture, here, we have three Vishnus. So first of all, the first Vishnu is the Karanodakashayi Vishnu. Who is Karanodakashayi Vishnu? Let us try to understand. So actually when we say Krishna, we are speaking about the Avatari Krishna. Avatari Krishna means the source of all the incarnations, right? And the source of everything, right? If you see this, in this picture, you can see that, right? So there is Lord Sri Krishna here in the Goloka Vrindavan. So Lord Sri Krishna, he is always residing in his Dham, Golok Vrindavan. And once in the day of Brahma, he comes as Lord Sri Krishna and he does his pastimes in this universe. So just because he has come in the Dwapar Yuga, that does not mean that Lord Krishna was there before and he's not there now. That is not a correct argument. Because, the explanation for this is just like the sun. So when the sun sets, do you say that the sun is dead? Nobody says that, right? Sun did not die. Sun has set. That means the sun has risen in the opposite side of the globe. So sun is there somewhere else. But sun has gone out of my sight right now. That is my problem. It is my defective vision, not sun's problem. Similarly, Lord Sri Krishna, he comes once in the day of Brahma to this universe. That does not mean that if he is not there now in this universe, he is not there anywhere. No, that's not correct. He is there in other universes. There are innumerable universes. This is not the only universe. Just like they say multiverse, there are infinite universes. This is given in the Vedas. Infinite, not one or two. Ananta Koti. Ananta Koti Brahmanda means what? You cannot count them. So many are there. Right? These material universes are so many. And in the day of Brahma, in every day, Lord Krishna will go and do his pastimes. Means right now, Krishna is doing pastimes in another universe. So he is always present in his eternal abode called as Goloka Vrindavan Dham. Goloka Vrindavan Dham has been explained in various scriptures, like, Puranas, Mahabharata, and Upanishads, everywhere it is explained. The Goloka Brindavan, the topmost abode, Paramdham, right? And who is speaking Bhagavad Gita? Bhagavad Gita is spoken by whom? Lord Krishna. Lord Krishna is speaking Bhagavad Gita, right? And let us see this. If you see here, Krishna is in his abode. And from Krishna, the first expansion is Balaram. That is Avatari Krishna. First expansion is Balaram. And from Balaram comes Chaturvyuha. From Chaturvyuha means Vasudeva, Vasudeva, Sankarshana, Pradyumna, Aniruddha. That is the first Chaturvyuha expansion. And again from Sankarshana of this 4 Chaturvyuha, another Chaturvyuha comes. That is again Vasudeva, Sankarshana, Pradyumna, Aniruddha. How to remember this? Vespa. Vasudeva, Sankarshana, Pradyumna, Aniruddha. Right? Acronym for remembering. So, again from the second Chaturvyuha Sankarshana comes Karanodaka Shai Vishnu. You know who is Karanodaka Shai Vishnu? Let us just see who is Karanodaka Shai Vishnu. Right? So here, if you see this picture, this is Karanodaka Shai Vishnu, from whom all the universes are coming. So when he is breathing in and breathing out, what happens? So we also breathe in and breathe out, right? Just like how they teach in the different pranayam techniques. Right? We are doing different kinds of pranayam, right? Anulom, Vilom, pranayam, so many, right? And Puraka, Rechaka, Kumbhaka means you are taking the air inside, you are keeping it for some time, leaving it. Inhale, exhale. So one inhalation and one exhalation of Karanodaka Shai Vishnu, we will understand. When Karanodaka Shai Vishnu exhales, so what happens is, infinite universes will come out of his bodily pores, his skin pores. Just like we have skin. On our skin, we have hair. You can see once. How many hairs are there? Anybody can count? Or can you see there are some sweat pores here on our skin, very small. If you see under a microscope, you can see. How many will be there? Uncountable, innumerable number of. So many number of skin holes will be there for Karanodaka Shai Vishnu. And when he exhales, each universe is coming out of that skin pore. So that skin pore, one universe is coming, Brahmanda. That universe is so big that we are not able to see the beginning and ending of it. We are trying to travel by spaceships and trying to find the beginning and ending, but we are not able to find anything. Where is the beginning? Where is the ending? We don't know. So big is that universe. That universe is a small skin pore and coming out during the exhalation of Karanodaka Shai Vishnu. And when he inhales, everything is going back to him. Aham sarvasya prabhavo matta sarvam pravartate. Right? I am the source of all the material worlds and the spiritual world, and everything emanates from me. Right? All the material universes are emanating from the Lord. And the duration of the lifetime of Brahma is 100 years. Right? And one day of Brahma for us is 430 crore years. So one day is 430 crore years. You can calculate how much is 100 years. 100 years, it's an unimaginable calculation. So that amount, right? That amount of time, right? It is one inhalation and one exhalation for Karanodaka Shai Vishnu. So this is God. So if you have to understand God, you have to understand the science of God from a proper perspective, right? So here Krishna is saying, I am the source of all the material and the spiritual worlds. So all the material worlds are coming from Krishna. And when the creation was created, there was nothing, nobody was there. Like there were no devatas, no rishis, nobody was there. There was not even water, not even fire, no electricity, nothing is there. But only Lord was there. Like this we have to understand. Right? So from Karanodaka Shai Vishnu, next what happens, Lord starts to enter into each of this universe. And when he enters into each of this universe, he is known as Garbhodaka Shai Vishnu. That is in each of this shell, which looks like an egg. Brahma Anda. Anda means what? Egg. So this Brahmanda, Lord is entering, and he's entering and he's sleeping there, right? He appears to be inert. I mean, the reason why he's sleeping is he's showing that he's not active materially, right? That is, he is, even though he's doing activity, he's still materially inactive. That means that he's spiritual. His activities are not material. It is akarma. That's what he's trying to show. He's in yoga nidra. So you see, inside this Brahmanda, Lord is sleeping, and from the Garbhodakashayi, Vishnu's navel, one lotus flower has come out. And from this lotus flower, Lord Brahma was born. And all the 14 worlds, 7 planetary systems above, 7 planetary systems below, all these 14 worlds have come out from this lotus stem. Like the lotus that has come out of the navel of Lord Vishnu. From there, all the 14 planetary systems are there. So all the 14 planetary systems are coming from the Lord. That we have to understand. And then, what happens next? This Lord, he will enter into each and everyone's heart. First, he will enter into each and everyone's heart. Right? What does Krishna say? Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Hriddeshe Arjuna Tishtati. Hriddeshe Arjuna Tishtati means what? Ishvara Sarva Hrudayani means he is there inside the heart of every living entity. And he's in the heart of every living entity. Not only Hindus, not only Indians, not only human beings. Every living entity, 84 lakh species of life. All the animals, all the insects, everybody. Lord is there inside the heart. And then he goes inside the each and every atom. Each and every atom he is entering. Right? Andantaraschaha paramanu chayantarashcham means he is there in the Brahmanda also, and he is there in the Paramanu. Paramanu means, if there is a sunlight entering inside your window, if you see, there are small dots which are visible, which are glowing. That's a very, very small dot. That is called as Paramanu. Very small. It is like infinitely indivisible. You cannot break it into further pieces. So inside that, Lord enters. So Lord is there everywhere. And in his unmanifested form, he is there in the spiritual world also. The entire world, you see, we are inside the spiritual sky. Entire everything is actually spiritual sky. Actually, we think that material world is all in all. No. Material world is Ekapada. Ekapada means only 1/4 of the creation. 1/4 of the creation means only 25%. I'm telling all the innumerable universes put together is only 25%. Ekapada. Tripada means 75% is there beyond this 25%. What is that 75%? That is the spiritual sky, where there are spiritual planets and spiritual living beings. That spiritual planets are called as Vaikunta. Right? And in that spiritual planets of Vaikunta, Lord is there in his 400 form of Vishnu. Right? With Shankha, Chakra, Gada, Padma. And among all these spiritual planets, on the topmost planet is the Golok Vrindavana, where Lord is there in his 200 form, Radha and Krishna. And the Goloka, it is filled with the cows, right? So the Lord, so everything has come from there. Everything has come from Krishna, right? Krishna is saying, I am the original Narayana. So he is the original Narayana, from whom everything has come. This we have to understand, right? That's what when he says, Krishna is saying, Matta sarvam pravartate, iti matva bhajante mam Buddha. Whoever understands this, Krishna is saying, Buddha, very intelligent. Because why intelligent? Because if you understand what is the source of the creation, then, and if you worship that source of creation, then you will get liberated. That's why. Just like, see, there was a person whom, the master says to the servant, go and water the trees. So then this person goes and is putting water on all the leaves of the tree. Then he comes back and says, What happened? Did you water the trees? Yes, master, I watered. What did you do? I put all the leaves so that, no leaf becomes dry. I'm very intelligent. He says, you are a fool. Why did you do that? You should have actually found the root and put water there. Oh, I didn't know that. Sorry. So if you know what is the root and you put the water there, you are intelligent. So yasmin tushte jagat tushtaha. That means by worshipping whom, all the devatas get worshipped simultaneously. All the ancestors get worshipped simultaneously. All the sages get worshipped simultaneously. All the human beings become satisfied simultaneously. All the animals become satisfied simultaneously. That is called Bhagavan. That is why it is said in Srimad Bhagavatam, Ete cham sakala pumsaha Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. So in Bhagavatam, there is a chapter which is known as Krishna is the source of all incarnations. So in that, Shukadeva Goswami is explaining all the incarnations of the Lord. So he is explaining these three Vishnus as the Karanodakashayi Vishnu, Garbhodakashayi Vishnu and Kshirodakashayi Vishnu as incarnations, Purusha Avatara. So this is also one kind of incarnation. It is an incarnation of the Supreme Lord. Then he says the Leela Avatara, 22 incarnations he lists, including all the Dashavataras and also additional Avataras. And after listing all of them, he says this verse. Ete cham sakala pumsaha Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead himself. He is Swayam Bhagavan. Sabhagavan Swayam Krishna. Right? So also, it is given, actually there is an analysis that has been done by Rupa Goswami. Rupa Goswami, he has done an analysis that Lord Krishna possesses 64 qualities. Right? 64 qualities are there totally in full Lord Krishna possesses. And Lord Brahma, he possesses around 50 qualities. Right? Lord Brahma, he possesses how many qualities? Only 50 qualities. And Lord Shiva possesses 5 additional qualities. Right? So that is like coming to 55. Right? 55. So that is like 55 qualities that are there in Lord Shiva. Right? And Lord Narayana has got 60 qualities. Right? And Lord Krishna has got 64 qualities. So what are those additional qualities that Lord Krishna has got, which Lord Narayana doesn't have? Let us see them. So 61st quality, he is the performer of wonderful varieties of pastimes. Right? So there is a beautiful song, right? Madhurashtakam. It says, Adharam Madhuram Vadanam Madhuram Lasitam Madhuram Sakalam Madhuram Madhuradhipate Akhilam Madhuram. There's a beautiful song, right? So which says, everything of the Lord is Madhura, right? So Lord Krishna's pastimes are so beautiful. Madhura. Madhura means very sweet. Madhuradhipate Akhilam Madhuram. Means, oh Lord of Mathura, everything is very sweet. Right? So that is Krishna. Krishna's pastimes, when you simply discuss the pastimes of Lord Krishna of Vrindavana, he becomes so blissful. Right? So they are much more interesting and much more sweeter than even the pastimes of the Lord Narayana. So that is one of the beautiful things. Second thing, he can attract all the living entities by playing on his flute. So this flute is such a beautiful thing and such a unique thing that Lord Sri Krishna has. Right? Venu, we spoke about it. And we said that Lord Krishna initiated Lord Brahma with all the Vedas with the help of his flute. Right? And there is a separate chapter in Srimad Bhagavatam with the glorification of the flute, Venu Git, by all the gopis. Right? So then the 63, he's surrounded by devotees endowed with wonderful love of Godhead. So who are the best devotees of the Lord? Who has exhibited the topmost level of devotion? That is the gopis. So this Lord Krishna is surrounded by such wonderful devotees, right? That is the gopis. So that is the 63rd one. 64th one, he has got wonderful excellence of beauty which cannot be rivaled anywhere in the creation. Lord Krishna is so beautiful, he is so beautiful that when he was so young, he used to look at the mirror and he used to get mesmerized himself looking at his beauty. So that is the beauty of Krishna, right? So that's what we are seeing, that Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead. So we are not saying sentimentally that, see, we like Krishna, you like somebody, so you say that he is the supreme, we will say we are supreme. So this is our propaganda, that is your propaganda. No, this is not our propaganda. This is Krishna's assertion in Bhagavad Gita. He is saying, whoever knows this, that I am the source of everything. He is intelligent. And what does that intelligent person do next? Intelligence is first of all to know what is the source. That's the first point. After knowing, what you should do? Buddha bhava samanvita. Buddha bhava samanvita. What does he do? Iti matva bhajante mam. So the ultimate culmination of knowledge is not to know everything and retire to Himalayas. That is not the ultimate culmination of knowledge. That is only an intermediary step. The culmination of knowledge to know about Krishna is to start devotional service. That means now that I have understood my position, that I am infinitely small, and all innumerable universes, material universes, are coming from Krishna. All the spiritual worlds, 75% of the spiritual worlds, everything is coming from Krishna. And I am such an insignificant person in front of Krishna. And my duty is to serve Krishna. Why should I serve Krishna? What is the proof that I should serve Krishna? The proof is, see, Krishna's first expansion is Lord Balaram. And Lord Balaram is the supreme personality of Godhead himself, and he is serving Krishna. If you see, Narayana is Krishna and Ananta Shesha is Balaram. So Balaram, Ananta Shesha, is serving Lord Narayana. He is Supreme Lord himself, but he is serving. He is a servant of Lord Narayana. So if Balaram, who is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is a servant of Krishna, then why not an insignificant living entity? Everybody is the servant of Krishna. And servant means we must serve. That is the duty of a servant. Simply to know that I must serve Krishna in devotional service means liberation. That's it. This is the definition of liberation. In Srimad Bhagavatam, it is said, Muktir hitva anyatha swarupena vyavastiti. Means, mukti means just to understand my constitutional position. Means, who am I? Just like I joined an office and I don't know what is my role. I have joined the office and I'm sitting in the manager's chair. And then somebody comes and says, hello, get up. That's not your chair. You are the servant here. You are not the manager. You are an employee. Come on, get up. Right? So this is mukti. Means we have mistakenly identified ourselves as the master. We are thinking I am the master. Simply to understand that Krishna is the master. And I have to serve him not out of awe and reverence. We have to serve him with love. We should actually fall in love with Krishna and lovingly serve him. And Krishna will reciprocate that loving devotional service. Right? So this is the essence of this verse of Bhagavad Gita, Chatushloki Bhagavad Gita, verse number 8. Thank you very much for joining. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you very much.
Prabhuji, Dandvat Pranam. Sir, can you, sir, please explain me the word manifestation in this context?
Manifestation?
In our context.
Okay. From which word you are saying, Prabhuji? Everything emanates from me. That word?
From manifestation and what is not unmanifested, like that.
Okay. What is manifested and what is unmanifested?
All right.
So unmanifested means which is there, but which is not being seen. Just like, see, I am there around maybe like 35, 40 years back. I was not there. That means I am not manifest. At the moment, I am manifest. So we are able to see somebody now. That is manifest and unmanifest. Unmanifest means it was not there before, now it is there. Simply, just like today we are seeing one building. And this building is made up of so many bricks. It's not that these bricks were not there before. But now the assembly of these bricks has been made and this structure is now visible. So this is manifest. Unmanifest means earlier also it was there in the form of cement and bricks. But it was not in this shape.
Acha. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Prabhuji, Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Vaikuntha and Golok Vrindavan is same.
Vaikuntha and Golok Vrindavana is the same. Golok Vrindavan is a part of Vaikuntha Lokas. It's not just one. There are innumerable Vaikuntha Lokas, in which each of the Vaikuntha Loka, there is a specific form of the four-handed form of Lord Vishnu. For example, each of the avatara of the Lord has got a separate Loka, like Varaha, Narsimha, Vamana. Each of these will have a separate Loka, and there are different kinds of Vaikuntha Loka in which the four paraphernalia that the Lord is holding, Shankha, Chakra, Gada, Padma, the combinations will be different. For example, Shankha and Chakra, generally we see that form, Janardana form. So the combination will be different. There can be 24 combinations that can be made with the Shankha, Chakra, and Gada and Padma. So like that, there are 24 planets. Not only 24, there are innumerable planets. So out of these innumerable Vaikuntha Lokas, the topmost one is the Golok Vrindavan, where Lord is present in the form of two-handed form, that is in the Lord Krishna form. Now, what is the difference is, it is said that even those people who are in the Vaikuntha, they want to go to Golok Vrindavan. Because in Vaikuntha, the mood is different. In Golok Vrindavan, the mood is different. The same Lord is not different. Lord is the same, but his mood is different. Just like we say this example, right? That is, there is a very official person, a high court judge is there. And when he is in the court, he's very strict and he's like very serious, right? So if somebody comes and jokes in the court, he will not entertain that joke in the court. So in the court, you have to respect him like the judge. But when he comes home, then you can joke with him. So even his grandson can climb on him and make him an elephant also. So similarly, the same Lord in Vaikuntha, awe and reverence. That means Narayana. Means like everybody is a servant of Narayana, Dasya Bhava. But in the Krishna Loka, that is Golok Vrindavana, not only servant, Shanta, Dasya, Sakya, friendship is also possible. So we can become friend of Krishna. Vatsalya, we can make Krishna our son. Like as a parental affection, we can see him. Not only Vatsalya, next is Madhurya, conjugal love. Just like the gopis of Vrindavana, they thought that Lord Sri Krishna is their lover. So like that, Lord is ready to reciprocate as a conjugal lover or as a husband. Like that. That is also possible in Golok Vrindavana, which is not possible in Vaikuntha Loka. So that is the change of the mood, difference in the mood of that Loka. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Yes, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dandavat pranam.
Thank you very much for joining. Don't miss these 4 verses, 10.8, 9, 10, and 11. Chatushloki Bhagavad Gita. Thank you very much for joining.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dandavat pranam.
Dandavat pranam. Hare Krishna.